Hi, it's Sing here. It's time for another journey to Vietnamese culture. Whether you love to hate me or hate to love me, but hopefully it's a love to love me. Here in Vietnam, we have too many kinds of different food that might cause confusion to foreigners. As a Vietnamese culture delivery girl, it's my job to make sense of it. Sometimes when I can, and sometimes the way you guys eat Vietnamese food doesn't make sense to us. So that's why here today, let's see what are the ways foreigners try to eat the first time Vietnamese food, and I will show you what are the right way to eat this kind of tough food. Foreigners live here in Vietnam for a while might know what I'm going to talk about. They have time to learn, to accept, and to get the habit without question anymore. But some of you are the new arrivals, and with the rich menu and the variety of food here, definitely can bring you confusion of how to eat these all different kinds of food. First example, like a piece of squid. If you got invited or by Vietnamese give you a piece of squid and you look at it, it's quite small and it looks tiny, and you would think it looks like you can just put it in the mouth and swallow it within 1 second or 3 seconds. But no. It might take you 3 days to chew it, to cut it into pieces before you swallow it. So what are the right way to eat this? That you have to tear them into pieces. You have to tear them into pieces. You chew it and you swallow it. If you see some man with a little neon light on the street and with different many pieces, like could be square or round shape, hanging with a brushing machine, so you can stop and try to buy the squid. This kind of food we have to eat, we have to buy, because we cannot have a try at home. We don't have the pressing machine to make it softer. So make sure you try the squid. It's the same kind of situation with the top dish in Vietnam, which is phở or beef noodles. You know, when I see the foreigner order the beef phở, 10 out of 10 I witness the first reaction of the foreigner would grab a lemon and squeeze a lot in your phở.
It's Western style.
You know, this could drew in the taste of the sweet beef broth, but you only can add very little bit if you are really a lemon fan. So instead of adding lemon, you follow this process. Number 1, you add the black bean sauce. Number 2, little bit chili sauce. Number 3, add vegetables, and this is a must do. You have to add the vegetable because they are some particular veggies for this kind of dish. For example, the crispy of the bean sprout or the good smell of the sweet basil will contribute to the successful phở. We still need this for dipping the beef. One is boring, so I always have a mixed sauce so you can dip the meat. Wow, please don't rush out to look for a bowl of phở to try. You need to stay with me to the end of the video. So number 3 is obsession only, not for us, but for sure it will be your obsession also. It is bánh xèo, which is yellow pancake. Guess how the foreigner will try it for the first time. So it will come with a southern style one, huge one, and foreigner would try to put that one and try to fit on in your wide open mouth. And Vietnamese see that, and in their mind they think, wow, maybe a big body, so you can eat the big portion and it's normal for you. Without knowing that actually you guys don't know how to eat it. Here's a way. What you do is you need to cut it in. You use a chopstick to cut it into manageable slices one by one, and then you can start a rolling process, which is first use the layer, vegetable layer, by the biggest leaf first, and then smaller kind of leaves, and then pieces of bánh xèo, and then you start to roll tight to make sure the roll is tight, and then you can hold it tight from beginning. Use all your muscle to hold it, so the things and stuff don't fall out, and then you can dip in the fish sauce provided. This is a southern style bánh xèo, but if you move further to the central coast of Vietnam, the people here will make bánh xèo with the cake mold, and they will bring out a smaller size of bánh xèo as well as a smaller size of vegetable. So here's the way I see the central people eat bánh xèo, the smaller size. How they will use chopstick. In the south we use hand, but here they use chopstick, and you pick one and they put all of that bánh xèo into the fish sauce, and they wrap some little vegetable with chopstick, and then they cut already, also cut the bánh xèo in the fish sauce bowl, so they get little vegetable and get one and they put it together. So here they dip on the bánh xèo in and cut inside the fish sauce. Right, so let me share you a fact that many food here you will see they start with a B-A-N-H, which is bánh plus one more word. Any bánh is cake, cooked from flour or the cake. They own things made from the cake, or steamed cake, or rice flour, or any kinds of flour. And the next word, they have the meaning. For example, bánh xèo. If you hear the word xèo, actually the name of this cake, because that's the noise when you pour the flour into the big pan and you hear the sound xèo xèo. Do you think eating the whole bánh xèo is disgusting? It's not. The next one maybe so disgusting. One day I asked, hey, let's go for bánh khọt, and my friend, bánh khọt? I said, no, khọt with a K-S-O-T, not with a C-O-C-K. So prepare your mind before you go and try this specialized food in Vũng Tàu City. The best part is, after you order, you waited for a long time to prepare. You have no idea what it is. So here, to make this bánh khọt, they use a tray, the mold. The mold usually size, they can make 7 to 12 cakes. Example, you come with a group of 4, they will, you might think, okay, they may make 4 or 8 cakes, 2, 3 each, but this is too many in one. So after you waited, and then let's guess how many they're going to bring out. It is, if a mold of 7, so 7 times 4 is 28 cakes, or 12 times 4 is 48 cakes. And imagine if one of your friends, or most of your friends are allergic with the shrimp, so they cannot eat it. So can you imagine you eat all of these 48 cakes? But it doesn't stop here yet. Next, the lady gonna bring out a huge tray and a huge pile of vegetables. And now you start to worrying because of going to pay too much. Because back home, if you order maybe Vietnamese restaurant, they just bring out 1, 2, or 3 kind of vegetables for this dish. But no worry, in Vietnam, all vegetables come along with the dish is for free. So don't worry. So what we learned here is when you come in something you're not sure, you can look at other tables, or you can, if they don't have customer at that time, maybe order one first and it will come faster, and you will see the amount and you can decide the amount that you are going to order. And number 5, which is spring rolls. Do you know how many kinds of spring rolls are there? There are 2 kinds of spring roll, which are fried spring roll or fresh spring roll. And in the fresh spring roll, we have another 2 kinds. One is already ready. Ready one are sold at the store, or the unready wrapped ones usually served in the restaurant. This is because in the restaurant they not ready. They are so fresh stuff, and they would let you to have chance to experience rolling or wrapping by yourself. And this is the time you start to be messy. But no worry, let me help you. So this we will roll with the hand. We start with the first layer, which is the rice paper. The biggest always go first. And then the big vegetable, big kind of leaves. And then smaller kind of leaves, the cucumber, vegetables. And the next layer is the starchy stuff, such as the rice, such as the noodles and stuff. And the final thing is protein part. And then you will start rolling. Make sure you do it firm and tight, and hold it firm and tight to stop the stuff inside falling off. And here in Vietnam we usually joke that usually the shape of the spring roll usually turn out to be the same shape of our body. So comment below, what do you think about this saying? Oh my god, I just feel the Vietnamese dish list just keep go on and on and on. But I think today I will close today with the dish called banh mi. Well, actually it is just the name of the bread in Vietnamese. So many expats, and I've seen many expats as well as the new arrival come to Vietnam, and they're really incredibly addictive to the banh mi. But I've always wondered if any of you actually ever try a version of the original bread. Maybe yes and maybe no. Because nowadays, most of the bread nowadays, I've seen they put too many stuff in the bread, which I'm pretty sure this didn't exist in the colonial stage. And they even skip the signature sauce, or they're just too lazy to make the homemade sauce. So here is the trick you need to know when you get the banh mi. Number 1 rule is you look at the store, they need to have the sauce. This is the signature to make the key to decide a bread is good or not good. And number 2, the composition only requires simple stuff such as the red belly pork and pate and coriander, and of course the sauce. I've been trying so many bread in good shops in many cities, in many well-known places, bread, but once I came back to my hometown and I tried this basic original version, and I just stick to this original style ever since. Why life had to be complicated? Why the simpler the better? There is more dish to go on the list, but I will stop here today and I will come back another time. If I see any of you guys start to be messing with our food, so please call on foreigners, travelers, eat our food like a local do, like a Vietnamese do. Thank you and see you on next episode.